In this episode, we get the Fairmont back on the road, we take it for a shakedown run, and go visit another YouTuber. Welcome to the channel, I'm Grant Tommy, this is Street 6 Fan, your home for offbeat hot rodding, and well, it's time to take Project Mode Fairmont out on the road again. Since the last time I showed this thing running on my YouTube channel, well, it's got a new set of plugs, and I switched out the power valve in my Holley carb from a 4.5 to an 8.5, which is probably more appropriate for something with such a lame camshaft. So anyway, I think I've got it running a lot better. I'm gonna set this camera down on the tripod, and yes, the car is already warmed up, but hopefully it starts as well as I think it's going to for you guys. Just that easy. Here at idle AFR gauge is a little more constant, a little more steady since the last time we were out, so I feel pretty good about this. So we're gonna see how well it performs. Driving about 40 miles down to see Jed Scott at Scott's Speed Shop. So yes, this is part of my playlist called the Fairmont Files, where I drive the car just to places, to go visit people, just to get out and drive. Hashtag get out and drive, right? But anyway, so we're going down to see Jed Scott at Scott's Speed Shop. He's been a huge part for this build, helping me out with carburetor issues all along the way. And he's the one who actually sold me the Holley 2-barrel that's on this car, and so it just feels fitting to, he's only about about a 50-minute drive, maybe 45 miles, 43 miles away from my house, so I figure it's a good time for a shakedown run. We seem to be running good on the air-fuel ratio gauge, so I like my chances so far, but we are only about, I'd say, 6 miles into the drive, so we'll see how this goes. I'll keep you guys up to date if anything goes historically wrong, but yeah, it just feels good to be driving this thing again, and that's what this hobby's about, right? Like, just to build something and then to enjoy it and drive it, so feels good. We're about halfway through our one-way trip down at Jed's, and here's what we're holding at a stoplight, so I feel pretty good about this. So far, been doing good. Temp has gone up just a little bit. We're at 190, so I'll be watching that. Otherwise, feeling good about the trip so far. Alright, so we're not quite to Jed's house yet, but we are in his town, so maybe I'm counting my chickens before they hatch a little early, but I'm calling it a success. We never got hotter than 190, and it's been kind of just floating around between about 182, 190, so good on temperature. Air-fuel ratio has looked good the whole way down. Oil pressure right around 50 psi, so it's good to feel confidence in this car again. So anyway, we're just kind of driving through beautiful Ottawa, Kansas, and we'll pick it back up here in a bit when we pull in his driveway. Alright, so officially we did make it in one piece, safe, no issues. We are here at the worldwide headquarters of Scott's Speed Shop, and so we're gonna head on inside and see what Jed's up to today.
It might explode.
Okay.
A little box. Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Are you filming, Grant?
Oh, I am.
Oh, okay.
I can stop filming.
No. I present to you, Grant, for making your drive. You have earned this. These aren't even for sale.
Uh-oh.
Da-da-da.
What? Da-da-da.
And it was like they were gonna drill those and add external oiling and stuff. And then the later blocks don't have that provision, like they just decided against it. Your main oil galleys are right here and here. And it's real common when you're running high RPM, you'll tie that to that, and that gives you more oil evenly displaced throughout the block at high RPM. Because they're designed to run hard in high RPM. And when you throw W2 heads on it, you take advantage of that.
Intake valves too.
Yeah, they're 208s, I think. They came off a dirt track racer's car. They got Jessel rockers all set up, ready to rock and roll. You don't get no better than this version of W2. Yeah, my viewers haven't seen it this far down yet. That'll be the next video, I think.
Well then, so the ones who get your recommendation to come over to my channel will be the ones who get a little sneak peek.
Oh yeah, there you go. But there's not very many people. Not too many people who are really dying to see more of this thing. But 1936 is 85 years old.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh dude, you really got to see this thing up close to really appreciate the engineering above. And you just get a good glimpse of the castings. I mean, you look at this thing, like get at this angle, this is all one casting, runs all the way to the front of the machine.
Oh damn, yeah.
It's huge. You know, when you're looking at this too, you come over here, this is that same big main casting.
Yeah, I mean that's like what, at least 7 feet to the front of the engine block?
Yeah, and it stops right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is a different piece that bolts onto the front. But then look at the leaf springs on the dang thing.
That is insane.
This thing weighs 7,000 pounds, makes 20 horsepower. 20 horsepower.
Like 7,000, that's like a 3/4 ton truck, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's a really neat piece of history. I started making a new toolbox for it, but it's kind of like, you know, why are we making a toolbox when this thing doesn't even run?
Yeah, yeah.
But you got your steering clutches, that's your clutch pedal that it's actually starting to work. Good. You got your 2 brakes, your left brake, your right brake. This is your advanced retard for the timing. This is your hand throttle, your PTO on and off, and then your shifter, 4 speeds. Slow, slower, slowest, and we're just gonna inch along here.
And they call it a crawler for a reason.
Top speed on this bad boy, 3 7/8 miles per hour.
Oh, maybe the port job will get you to 4.
Maybe, that extra 8. All these are still full, except for this one, which the sleeve itself, it's had a little bit of port work done. Got a giant crack in it. It's like something blew it out.
Huh.
It's not like rust did that. It's like something hit it and purposely broke it out. That's probably why it got parked. But we got sleeves and we got pistons and we got rods. I got to get a lower radiator tank for it. I've got just about everything sourced to fix this thing. I just got to get a price from the guy. You got to get everything just right. Your choke has to be just open enough. It's kind of a finicky little thing. That was scary. That kicked out. Now it wants to run.
can report we made it back safe and sound, probably after at least 90 miles, I think I put on this thing today. It ran great, runs great, whichever. Switching out that power valve seems to have done the trick. It's easier to tune now, and man, it's amazing. You know, I don't know what mileage this thing gets, but before, when it had the old power valve in it and fuel was just leaking through, like we were getting about 50 miles to the quarter of a tank, so about 200 miles on a full tank, and it's like a 15-gallon tank, and we've got 50 miles on like the first eighth of a tank now. So anyway, that's promising. I'll be curious to see what kind of mileage I can get out of this thing. Not that I really care that much because it's just a leisure vehicle, but anyway, I'm happy about it. So hope you guys, again, enjoyed the content we squeezed in there from Scott's Speed Shop, kind of some behind the scenes stuff. I think we might even beat out some progress on some things you saw before he gets it up on his channel. So anyway, again, if you haven't checked him out, go check out his channel. But otherwise, like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't care which one you do. It really helps the channel out. That's going to do it for this episode. I just want to say to all my 6 fans out there, thanks for watching.